Hello, this is Rodney Robinson, and today I'd like to talk to you about a little experiment that I've been doing recently using some blessed water and measuring with my pendulum, dowsing, the Bovis value, the energetic value of that water. And I did a post on my Facebook group, which is called Pendulum Dowsing and Energy Balancing, describing the method, and I did get a request to do a video showing the steps, exactly what I'd done. So that's my reason for doing this video. And so what I've done is basically tried to do a little bit of a replication of work by a Japanese researcher called Masaru Emoto. You may be familiar with his work. Now, he froze water that had had words taped to the outside of the glass vial. Positive emotions, negative emotions like love, affection, forgiveness, gratitude, and he compared them to water samples that had negative emotions taped to them like hate, violence, war, etc., etc. And what he found that when he froze the water samples, the crystalline form, when he examined it, was very different depending on what kind of emotion had been taped to the vial. So from the positive emotions, we obtained beautiful crystalline forms that were geometric shapes, symmetrical, very beautiful shapes, compared to very disorganized patterns in the water samples that had had negative emotions taped to them. So I'm not doing any freezing of samples here, but what I'm doing is using my dowsing to determine what kind of energy value the blessed water has versus the non-blessed water. So I'm going to move the camera now just to show you how to do this, and if you want to replicate it, I'd be very grateful to receive your own observations and to compare them with my own. So you don't need very much to do this, just basically a sample of water, some dowsing charts that you can get off the file section of my Facebook group. I'm just using a colour chart and a percentage dowsing chart there. So very, very simple to use. I've got my sample of water. This is just filtered tap water. And I'm going to use a neutralise card. Again, you can print these out and laminate them and use them. Here's another one that's freely available on the internet. And what you do is you want to neutralise any vibrations in the water that may be in there from the pipe. So if we just measure that water that's straight from the tap, we get something along the lines of about 50%. It's not particularly high. So let's put that on the neutralise card. And what you do here is you just hold the pendulum over the sample, and even if you start from a stationary position, because it's energetically active, you'll get a positive swing over it. But if you time this, I've done this many times, and it usually takes about 30 to 40 seconds. And after that time, the pendulum will stop gyrating and go to a neutral. And if you keep holding it, I usually find, not always, but I usually find it goes to an anti-clockwise gyration. But if you're doing this, as soon as it goes from a positive to a neutral, to and fro swing, it's neutralised. We can take that now and do our experiment with it. Actually, before you do anything more, just pop that on your percentage chart or your Bovis chart. And let's check the levels now. And I'm just going to ask the question, indicate the percentage degree of high vibrational energy of this water. It's quite surprising, actually, what putting it on the neutral card does, now this is moved it up from 50% to 100% on the chart. So it's already risen the vibrational frequency of the water. Now what we want to do is take the radionic rate that I've obtained. This is basically a string of numbers which represents the water. And in radionics you can do this for anything. You're actually, a radionic instrument is just a circuit with some rheostats, dials with 0 to, well, different scales actually. But you obtain by dowsing a string of numbers, and this is a representational energy of the item that you obtain the rate for. Now, I'm going to now attach that with some sellotape to the water. And that's all we have to do there. Okay, so the rate, let me just get that into focus for you. Takes a moment or two to focus. There we go. So it's 514 875 916 5828. And then what we can do is now check that. Now what actually, to be a little bit more scientific about it, before we stick it to the water, let's just place the paper with the rate written down on the chart and check that energetic value. Indicate the percentage degree of high vibrational energy of this radionic rate. And it's going to a high level. It's going to 140 on here on my percentage chart. So it's a high vibrational item, and then you can stick that to the vial of water, just as Emoto did with his samples, but we're using a rate instead of the word. So that rate is representation of the holy water sample that I'd obtained. And then what you can do is check the vibrational frequency of the sample. What you need to do actually is to decant some of this into another little bottle or vial and place that on. Because if we do this, if we just place the water now on the chart as it is, that has the rate already on it. So it will show an immediate value. Indicate the percentage degree of high vibrational energy of this water. And it's already shot it up. That's 130. So, but obviously it's in the bottle with the rate attached to it. So if you want to be a little bit more scientific about it, we can decant that at intervals. Maybe leave it for 5 minutes, take a sample, leave it another 5 minutes, take a sample, and see the rate at which that vibrational energy increases. So that's interesting to do. It's also interesting to obtain the vibrational colour, the energetic colour of the sample. So you basically do the same thing. You place it on the chart like that. You can decant it into a smaller bottle than this, and then hold the pendulum. This is going to roll actually if I move it. Let's put it that way. And then you say, indicate the energetic colour of this water. Now I'm not going to do it just now because I'd like you to do this yourself and let me know what energetic colour you get. I'll show you the chart, the colour chart that I'm using. There are different colour charts I use, but this one is quite a good one. You can see that. Okay. So that's how we transfer the energy of the rate, or this is the hypothesis I'm working on, that we can use a radionic rate just taped to a vial of water in order to transfer the energy to that water. And if that water really does hold the high vibrational energy of the original sample of holy water, then you have usable holy water that can be used in whatever way you would use holy water for. I'm not going to tell you how to do that, because you can follow your own intuition or spiritual beliefs, but I would say that would be a useful water to use as a aura clearing spray, or as an energy clearing spray in spaces or over objects that you want to bring blessing to. So I hope that has clarified exactly what I've been doing there, and please have a go and let me know what you find when you try this experiment with the rate that I've given you. Okay, thank you for watching, and please like my video if you find it useful, and subscribe to the channel, which is free, and then you'll be notified of any further dowsing videos that I make. Thank you.